It's time now for our football chatter here on Kansas Sports Chatter. And to help us out with that, we bring in Ben Mitchum with Prep Redzone Kansas. Ben, how's it going today?
It's going great. Thank you for having me on today.
Hey, thanks for jumping on. I love the work that you guys do at Prep Red Zone for not only the state of Kansas, but the entire country, but specifically what you guys are doing for the state of Kansas. Really cool. What are some of the things you're working on right now?
Well, for on the Kansas Prep Red Zone aspect, of course, I'm mostly in charge of the western half of the state and all of 8-man across the state. Definitely something that is very not covered as often, and I feel it's a real privilege to be able to get the publicity out there for the kids, especially from the smaller schools. But anytime you can get the kids more action, not only to the general public, but namely the colleges, that's really important to me.
Let's jump right into it. Some of the players that are standing out as we get ready for the next football season, Ben. I mean, you talk about the big guys, maybe some of the guys that don't get as much love, but man, there are a lot of good O linemen. Let's start with the centers. It seems like there's an incredible amount of really good centers throughout the area.
Yes, actually, just in the central part of the state, that will probably pretty much focus on. And there with this interview, there's like six centers that really stand out. Of course, the top one is Gus Kosar from Hayes, who stands about like 6'3", 285 pounds, and already holds many Division One offers. He will be a junior this coming season, so he still has two more seasons. But there's some other really quality center prospects, much like Carter Brown from Great Bend, who's about 6 foot, 285 pounds. Leighton Hoffman from Hoisington, that you have covered plenty. He stands about 6'2", 285. You also have Trace Tudor from Ellenwood, who's about 6'4", 285, also a really good baseball player. And just trying off my head, just trying to remember if there's any other. Actually, there's from Victoria, who's also an excellent defensive tackle, and Kyle Husser. He stands about 6'3", about 275. So every one of these kids have really good sizes that the colleges look for.
What about on the defensive side? Who are some of the guys we need to look out for in central Kansas?
Well, there's a pretty good crop of defensive tackles. The first and foremost, as a defensive tackles, you have like Kyler Green from Larned, who stands like 6'6", 260. He also is an offensive tackle. He actually even plays defensive end at times for the Indians. You have Tanner Geis from Hayes, who's about 6'2", 250. Really moves really well. Of course, he plays offensive guard, but namely his main position is defensive tackle. And like Landon Daniels from Central Plains, he's about 6 foot, 240. And then, of course, finally, you have someone like Braden Gilmore from TMP, who's another kid like 6 foot 250, that also is a very quality center prospect.
Is it kind of turned into a big man's area? I mean, you look at some of the
Yes,
skill players, they're really good too, but it almost feels like we have more on the other side.
yeah, right now, for the next couple of years, for sure, it's very heavily offensive, defensive linemen, defensive ends. Like with the defensive end, of course, first and foremost, you'll see him plenty this season. Brody Fawnensteel coming over from Russell. He stands about 6'4", 235 pounds. Has already picked up, just like Kosar, he's already picked up offers from like KU, Illinois, has very heavy interest from the likes of Kansas State, Wisconsin, among others. So he much like Kosar, he still has another year after this coming season as well. But other defensive ends that really stand out, like Alex Loving from Hayes, who's picked up in NEIA offers. He's like 6'2", 225. Ian Strobel, he's another defensive end that used to be the teammate of Fawn Steel, and he's one of those kids that's kind of a hybrid defensive end linebacker, about 6'2", 195. So he still needs to fill out, but he's very talented, which kind of actually is interesting because Brody goes from Russell to Hoisington, where he had Strobel. Hoisington has another defensive end that's pretty good, and Preston Merlaw, and he's about 6 foot 190, more of a running back, but he had a really good season this past year as well. Actually, there actually is one more defensive end. He's actually from the Hutchinson area and Trinity. His parents were from Ellenwood, where I'm from Ellenwood originally, in the Victoria area. And Isaac Hammersmith, about 6'4", 225, excellent track athlete. At that size, he's a 6'8" high jumper, runs in a little over 11 second in the 100-meter dash, basically close to a 23-foot long jumper. So he's a very explosive athlete.
Ben, appreciate the time. Keep up the good
You're
work.
welcome. Thank you.
That's Ben Mitchum with Kansas Prep Red Zone. That'll do it for our football chatter. Next Level Talents is next.